Okay, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started because there's always a lot to cover when we're talking about system stuff, all that good stuff. Um, I wanted to start a training on Avon 2.0, and last week was the first part of that where we covered kind of the homepage training and all the different places that it can take you and things that you need to find. For those of you who were not live, I did send out the YouTube replay for that. So if you haven't seen it, I would advise to go back and watch that one first. I'm sure all these are going to be helpful, whether you're live now or whether you're on the YouTube watching this. I think it's all going to be helpful in the long run, no matter what order you watch them in. But sometimes it's easier to understand. New systems, change is never easy, but we have to remember that nothing changes when nothing changes. And Avon was long overdue for a new overhaul with its system. The last one was standing on its last legs. And so now we are left to discover it and to deal with the little glitches that can happen. And we've been through quite a few of them. But that's okay, because Avon reps rise to the occasion, and we figure out together what we can do to have this help us boost our business, boost our sales, boost our confidence, because we feel like we know more than we should know. And here's the deal. I'm learning with you, okay? I mean, it's not like I had 8 months of practice on this. So when I switched over, it was a Hail Mary for me too, to say, okay, let's go see what this is about. So that's what we're going to do. So this is the Team Onward 10/29. Happy Halloween, a couple days early, everybody. So I hope you're taking advantage of that too. Like, many of you, when you watch this, it'll probably be over, but a lot of times if you're there giving out candy to the kids, whatever you're doing, mom's normally back there watching, and you can say, hey, here's a treat for your mom too, with an Avon book and a couple of samples in it, or a little sample packet with a piece of candy for her. There's all kinds of ways to do it. We have things in the file on both Team Onward and Onward No Matter What that you can use for this stuff. Even if you didn't do it this time, you could use it in the future, and it doesn't have to be fancy with a fancy card. It simply can be that you use the clear literature bags with the brochure, with a couple of samples, maybe a recruiting flyer. But it's a way that if you haven't been through your neighborhood yet, you pretty much can let the neighborhood come to you. Even if you can't see the moms and the kids are holding out their bags, I simply look at the kids and go, hey, here's something for your mom. Make sure you give this to her. Boom, your information's on the back. So it's a good thing. So with us going over the new Avon 2.0, one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that I kind of give you a helpful hint here and there on something. And I was talking to a couple of reps today by phone who were trying to get some ideas about some things, how to deal with faraway people, how to get more online orders, how to deal with what do you do personally for brochures. And I tell you that you have to prepare for all of this. Is the best way to do it. And preparation is the name of the game in any business. This is a home business. And for me, I kept repeating myself a lot today, saying you need to work your business around your life and not your life around your business. Also, that knowledge is power. I find that a lot of new representatives have not taken time to go on to Avon U and take the training. Now look, it's not as entertaining as me, okay? It's not as energetic as me, but there's a lot of good information there still. So especially for the newbies. So if you haven't taken that training, I advise that you set some time aside once a campaign and go in and take some of that training. And if you can't stomach their training, then at least subscribe to my YouTubes and go on and find the ones that are just strictly for training for new representatives, and make sure, and look, even with some of the vets who are on here, because I opened up this training to every single one of our representatives. So if there was something they didn't know about this new system, they could learn. But as far as the helpful hint goes, I was talking to the young lady today and saying, you know, look, make sure that you have brochures made for whatever the situation calls for. And she didn't quite know what I was talking about with that. So I actually told her exactly what I was talking about. So let's say, for instance, I love these brochure covers, don't you? Here's 24. Here's 25. Beautiful, beautiful Christmas cover. And oh my gosh, here's 26, our kids catalog, which is going to be absolutely adorable. So let's say, and especially if you have older brochures, let's say we're almost done with 23, maybe you still have 21 brochures, maybe you still have 20 or 19. Maybe you're like me and you're locating brochures that are like from campaigns 11 or 12. You can use all of those brochures, to bring in customer base for you. Whether you are doing a toss and tossing them in driveways, I'm not going to go over all that now, but I have a video that's on tossing on YouTube. You need to take a look, where you put a brochure in a clear literature bag, which is very, very economical, with your information on it. And you can actually go in the neighborhood and toss them in driveways. I always say, better for a potential customer to throw a brochure away than for a representative to throw a brochure away. I don't care how old the brochure is. We have so many core products that we use over and over and over again. And most of the time, because we can go back in order to campaigns, for instance, in campaign 23, we can still order from campaigns 22 and 21 at this time and honor the sale prices. So you can normally find a price that's very comparable, if not sometimes better, than what they're seeing in that brochure that they're looking at. No, it's true. Some of the fashions, the home and fashions, they're not going to be able to get that. But it's a great introductory offer for you to be able to say, wow, I would love to get you a current brochure. You're not going to believe all the great holiday stuff we have, or all the new home and fashions and jewelry that we have, or the new skincare line that we came out after that. Whatever it may be, it's a way for you to make a connection, okay? So I use a couple of different labels. Now, I believe these are in the group too. If they're not and somebody wants to tag me. By the way, if you're not in the Facebook group, why not? I don't care if you don't do Facebook drama. That's all fine. Don't do the drama. But when you want files, when you want to see what other reps are doing, then you really need to be in these groups that are in Facebook to help people. The other three of the Formidable Four, JP, who's all about products. All of those groups I share from time to time in all the groups. But there are great things that will help you, an idea, a light bulb that goes off that says, how do I do this? Not to mention, most of the files, unless I give you homework, which I'm sure I will at the end, that says, hey, ask me for this, and then I will send it to you. You can find this stuff in the file section of the Facebook group. So you should be on Team Onward, and that's just about on every email that I send out to you, or the Onward No Matter What group, which is 18,000 reps strong, with reps from all over the country and even other countries who just share what we do as sisters and brothers in Avon. So when I first started Avon, of course, I wanted to hit everybody local to me. And when I talk about local or people far away, now we are opened in a world of Avon where anybody in the United States can order from you. So I could be on vacation somewhere and have a box of old brochures or current brochures and go, oh my gosh, there's a neighborhood. But you know, it's not like I can deliver to them. They're 300 miles from me. Yes, you can't deliver from them. I get it. But you can turn them onto your online store. So when I'm starting out close to home, my labels are very clear. They're very precise. Molly, call or text. I have my cell number, my email. I also have Try My Express service online, which has my e-store address on there, and then I have the Welcome 10 code on there that talks about if it's the first time that you've been to my website, and you ordered, you can get 10% off your order. It also talks about free shipping on orders of $40 or more. This is what I use for people that when I was first trying to grow a customer base, you know, I wanted people to be able to get a hold of me, to text me, whatever it may be, place their orders with me. I knew how far I was willing to go to deliver an order, which in the beginning, I think I would have gone just about anywhere. I was so broke and wanted to make money. But as my business progressed and I started going a lot further out, but wanted to get my Avon books to people, wanted to leave them in restaurants, wanted to leave them in doctor's offices, leave them when I was on vacation, leave them at welcome centers, take them with me everywhere, leave a brochure no matter where I went. Then I started with these brochures, which are for express service only. Again, we are talking about the bottom part. There's no mention of my name. There's no mention of, hey, call me. And if they really want to call me, if they really want to get a hold of me, and they go to my e-store site, they can find all that information there. Now I've gotten to the point to where this is what I put on almost all my brochures because I have saturated the area that I live in. I'm going to be moving in a year, so I don't need a whole lot of personal customers here. I need customers who shop online. I want the Amazon.com goers, the people who do BestBuy.com, Target.com, people who are coming into that social media world. And the way to do that is to let them know that Avon does that. Because believe it or not, with being around over 130 years, some customers think it's still just person to person. You're not losing any money doing this because you're going to earn the same amount as you do when you're doing it person to person. So my suggestion to you would be use one or both. I always keep a couple of brochures that has my personal information for anybody who asks here locally so that, hey, they can contact me. But almost everything else, so I don't feel like I'm limited, I absolutely use these, okay? So just wanted that to be the helpful hint today, that when you know where you want to go for your business and you know what you want to do for your business, you've got to find a way to do it. And that's what I've done with this. I have very much just said, you know, hey, everybody, I know I want to be your Avon rep, and I have customers now who are in 15 to 18 states, whether they moved away from Maryland, whether they knew me before that, whether they found me on Facebook, on Instagram, whether somebody has turned them on to me, no matter what it is. The point is, I want to be their Avon rep, and with me being able to sell to people all over the U.S., if that is on there, that's how they think they should do it. So after that, I can make the connection. Like today, I have 3 brand new online customers. I've shared with you guys that I am Ubering as a side hustle, trying to earn extra money now to pay off debt. Lucky for me, Avon's paying all my bills now, which is great, but we're still trying to pay off debt before we move to the Carolinas. So I'm doing this Ubering thing, and it's, you know, the struggle is real, and I am impatient. So I have been giving everybody brochures and samples that get into my vehicle or leave my vehicle, or now I'll stop at a different Starbucks and I'm handing out these brochures, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? So I got 3 new customers, got over $210 in online orders. And so I wanted to send a thank you. I don't know who these people are. Matter of fact, one person was from PA, and I haven't been to PA, but hey, she picked up my brochure somewhere, obviously. So I wanted to make sure. That they knew that I knew them. So I sent a sample gift pack to 3 of those customers today that just said, thank you so much for your online order. It was really simple. First class package, cost me $2 and something, with a hand cream in it, a lip balm, and then a freebie thing that I had gotten from Avon for something. With, like, you know, an outlet or a sale catalog, telling them that I put them on campaign mailer so that they would be getting a brochure in the mail now, letting them know how we're going to have this relationship, how I'm going to be their Avon representative without interfering in their life, knowing they like to shop online. So think about that. This is a grand way for me to work Avon around my life, you know, instead of the other way. The other way isn't fun. When you're working your life around the business, then you feel like you're totally just missing out on everything. So you've got to think outside the box a lot of times, okay? So let me see here. Let me get this ready to line up so that we can start sharing the order part of this. This shouldn't take real long. It's pretty basic, but there are some things that have changed. So I wanted you guys to see this firsthand, okay? So we are definitely talking about placing an order or putting orders into the order cart. All right, let me get back here, guys, so I can share this. If for some reason you cannot see the share, then you let me know and I will check and see what the problem is. But let's take a look at this. Okay, so I am hoping that you guys very much, why is this so big? Lord have mercy, you don't need that big. You don't need to see all my face, thank you very much. So if something happens and you can't, please let me know because this is being taped. We talked about all this. This is our main page here that once you log in to youravon.com, you come up with this and, you know, this tells you what's hot right now, what they want you to know about. So we went through all that, but we want to talk about how to enter items, right? Let me take a look-see here because I want to make sure that I am not missing anything here. So what I'm going to ask is if at any time you guys cannot see this, I don't know if Melody is still on the road or not, but Nancy, Amy, and Linda, if I change to something, if you guys can unmute yourself and just say, Molly, we can't see it. Or by the way, if you have a question, this is really easy. I know we're taping this for the rest of the team, but if you have a question you're not sure of, unmute yourself, stop me, and ask, okay?
I found you, Molly.
Yay! Okay, so we're good. This is awesome, so you can see it. Okay, so let me go back. Oh, wow, look at that. Just, it keeps making my picture all big. What is that? Okay, let me see. Everybody can see it. Melody can see it. Thanks, guys. So just keep, just keep me in the loop there. And if I don't happen to see the chat box blinking because I've got the share screen on, just unpause and yell at me, hold on, Molly, so that we know, okay? So let's go through this real quick, see if we can get through this in the next 40 minutes or so. So what I did is I kept some of my orders that last minute orders that customers had called me on today because I'm placing another order tomorrow. So I thought I don't want to put everything in because I want to be able to go through some of this with you guys, okay? So first of all, let me move this over. You're going to see I have stuff in my cart here. This is your order cart. When they say, hey, what's in your order cart or what have I already done? And some of you are looking at this probably now going, why is there stuff just sitting in your order cart? Because when I get the orders from the customers, whether they leave them on my phone, whether they email me, or whether they text their orders to me, when I have a chance, and I always, for me, I either do this. Look, these books are free. You can order from Avon. And for a while there, I was just putting my orders and stuff in here and just using this as an order book. And then somewhere along the line, I got sidetracked and started using my big things. I think it's because of my eyes. Y'all see, I always got my reading glasses on anymore. So I put them on here so I can see everything better. And as I get these orders, it might go a couple of days, 3 days, and I'll go, oh man, I got like 4 messages on my phone. I need to go ahead and just put these orders in my cart. I'm not putting these orders in and sending them. I'm putting them in my cart so that I don't have to sit there for 3 or 4 hours. I know, wish you had those problems, right? And putting in a bunch of orders. So here's my order cart, and when I click on it, look here, it talks about, it's giving me all of these orders here, and then it says view orders. This is going to give me all of my orders. I'm hoping as the pages change, you guys can see this. If you can't, again, let me know. So if you have orders in your cart that you've already put in because you're like, well, Molly, I figured out that part, and we are going to talk about that in just a minute. I want to see what have I put in the cart. And when I look, here's Miss Sylvia right here. I know she's got $17.92. Now let's just say Sylvia called, something happened with her money, and she's not going to have it. And she says, Molly, I'm really sorry. I hope you haven't placed your order. Can you cancel it? I've had that happen. Not a lot, but it's happened. The great thing is when you go to your orders, they call these open orders because they have not been sent yet. They're still sitting in your cart. So I could go and I could press this button right here that says delete order, and it will ask you, hey, are you sure you want to delete it? And it will delete that order, okay? So don't feel like, but once it's sent, there's no deleting the orders, okay? But as you can see, I've gone through, I've put these orders in the meantime, just to say, okay, I got these in, so I want to make sure that I'm not waiting till the last minute. If I want to look at what's ordered, here's one. This is going to tell me exactly what the deal is here. Skin So Soft Sensual Deodorant, okay? She ordered 4 of them. What's interesting about this is these were on back order, and she actually ordered them last campaign, and I got the message, which we went over last training last week, and they told me they were in, so I went in immediately and put these in because they were for campaign 22 to get the price that was here. So that's another interesting thing that I like. You want to not look at that anymore, you just click that arrow again. Here's one, Miss Helen, who is Sylvia Mackle's friend. She got the Faraway Lotion, she got the Amari bonus size, she got the Amari perfume Skin So Soft. So now what's the offer? Let's see. Okay, so every now and then you'll see offers here where Avon will be like, okay, they ordered this and this is part of an offer that Avon has given us as rep. So at this point, obviously, there is over $40 in the cart. So they're offering me the Timeless Winter A box. So you'll probably see that anytime you have a total of over $40, okay? So let's go back here. We see this. This is her order. Okay, here is, these are my sons. Can you believe that? I'm always buying my son. Planet Spa is getting ready to be discontinued, sadly, and they love this body wash. So I went in to order them a lifetime supply for the next year at least. So that's what this is here. So even for me, now as you see, okay, well, Molly, that's an interesting question. What about the stuff that I want? I treat myself like a customer. I have to tell you, I keep my demos and my business tools separate so that you know. And I will put, I put my husband in as a customer, and everything I put under his is business tools. And then with me, when I want something that's for me, whether it's a demo or for myself, I put that under my name. So you can, there's no right or wrong way. It's just how it is. And by the way, if you have a problem, look here where down here, I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can. There is a live chat. If this ever pops up and there are people there that are waiting, this is here, so you can press it and they'll say, hey, what's going on? What can I help you with? And if you're like, I can't find this product, I can't find it in the search, whatever it may be, they will do their best to help you.
Roll down, it's not showing.
Up, okay, is it, let me see. It's not moving up. I know it. It's down here in the corner,
okay.
Nancy.
I know it's in the corner, yeah.
If it's not, and the thing is, if they don't have, if the live chat's not available, let's just say it's an overwhelming response for people calling in, you won't see that either. So, so I think that's very interesting that you won't see that. So it's not like you sit there and you wait forever like you do on some. But for those who can't see this, and I get it because sometimes the Zoom does not show everything. But if I make it a whole lot smaller, then you can't see the words. It says live chat, you can click it, but in most cases you can find what you want. So let's talk about entering items here, okay? I want to place an order. That's what I hit. I hit enter items. That's just like it used to say my orders. this is, we're going to enter items. It's always going to come up to your name here. I make sure that I add every customer's name into my system. And the reason I do that is because if a customer comes back to me in 4 months and wants to know what color foundation they used, or what was that lipstick, or hey, what was that skincare, I can go back under the customer history, which by the way is underneath the web office. We're going to get to that another time. We're not going to get into that today, but I will show you on one of the other trainings how you can very much go and look back at your customer history. If you put everything under your name, and you can, because when I first started Avon, I did the same thing. I put everybody's order underneath my name. But if you put it underneath their name, it will help you be a better Avon representative, because now you can figure out what did that person order. So for instance, and here you see when I first came on, see how it was on my name? But when I click on this here in pink, it says add a new customer. And when I click on that, this comes up. Name, last name. You've got to add one or the other here. You have got to add either the email or the phone number. Even if you know who the person is, and let's say it's your mom or your sister, then just put in your own phone number, just so that you know who the person is. And then you can add them. You can also do a complete profile. Now, when it's not somebody I know, let me show you another way here. I go into, again, we're talking web office, so we are going to end up going here for just a moment. When I have somebody's address, because I want that to come out on the invoice when I'm delivering, here we are, we're here. This talks about customer management, customer and groups, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to hit customers and groups, right? And I'm going to, oops, sorry about that. And I'm going to add a customer right here, okay? When I add it this way, it's going to give me the option, see here it says add address. I can add even more. I can add a second phone number. The groups aren't anything that's used a whole lot. Sometimes people will do that if they're doing a fundraiser, or they have many fundraisers going, so you know that that was part of a fundraising group. I don't use that really in my add a customer, but it's there for different things if you need it. So here's another way if you want to put more information in for them, okay? So let's go back to enter items. Okay, so I've got to put in, and oh, and look at here too. We talk about, okay, here's Molly. Let me see. Miss Nina is here first. So let's see if I can find Miss Nina Pierce here. Y'all have heard me and my stories about Miss Nina. She placed a $400 order with me today, guys. It's crazy. Christmas time. Normally it's $200. $400 order with me, okay? So here we are. We're placing this. Now, and this is a really good example because she ordered from products in 21, 22, and 23. So I'm not going to put her whole order in here, but I thought this was great examples for you. So here's something that she wanted in 21. So we're going to put the item number in, okay? So here's the item number. Now, notice this. In stock, it's going to tell you right away, it's in stock. How many do you want? In this case, she wants 2. Now, she ordered this in campaign 21. Now look, when I click this arrow, look at this, how the prices can vary. Now, lucky for me, in 23, it's the same price as 21. But this is where she saw it. So if I wanted to grab that, hey, this would be okay. There we go. I added that. Okay, now let's go down here. Do you see how it shows me exactly what it is? Charming Mystique earrings, $7.99 each, and it's 2 pair of them. Okay. Then let's look at, let me take something from 22 that she wanted. So from 22, here's 605,293. Okay, it says that this is in stock too, but this was from 2021. Is that the only one? Oh, I take it back. This was 21 that she ordered it from. This must have been, now this was from one of those, you know how they send you outlets and things like that? This is from one of those outlets, and this must be the only one that this was actually given to us in. So 21, it was $7 I have down here. I'm going to add that to the order. Here it is. Better Together Lip 2-piece set Suburb wine, $7. Now, let's be clear here. I always look down to make sure that the numbers they gave me matches what they want from the items, because if you transpose one number, you can end up getting a pair of flip-flops instead of getting the underarm deodorant, okay? So it can be crazy, but I love now that instead of you going, well, is that it? It's showing us a picture of all this too, which is really, really good. Guys, can you mute your lines, please? Thank you. And then let's see here. Let's look at, see if we have something from campaign 23 here. I know she wanted one of the houses that they're selling, but let's do this because this is, okay. So this is in stock. Now, you notice how we just saw something from 21 because it's the only one it was offered in, right? So here we go. This is going to be offered in 23 and 24. Now, let's say, and in this case, this is true. This is offered. This is the Christmas tree. I will show you that in a minute when I add it. But Miss Nina's order was so big, she wants to split this up into 2 orders. She wants me to deliver half of this order in C23 and half of this order in C24. So in this case, I absolutely can hit C24, or I can leave it if it's a better price than 23. But look at this. I can add it to this order, or I can add it to the next campaign. Okay? Add it to the next campaign. Now look, here are the 2 things I just ordered, the earrings and the Better Together lips. Future order, here it is, $24.99. If I want to see what that is, look there. Sparkling light up tree, campaign 23, but she wants that to come in 24. Now, I can't send that order early, but you know what? If I don't have to go back and put it back in after campaign 23 closes, what do I want to do that for? So I'm going to put this underneath future order. So yeah, I'm glad she ordered today. I was on the phone with her forever, but these are like great examples. So I love this. So, so that's how to add a, in order. I'm trying to find something here. I'm hoping that because some of these were sale prices, I'm really hoping that on some of these, something might not be available so I can show you that. So let me look here. Let me try this one. I'm going to try to find it. Avon's, look at that. That's in stock too. We're not going to add that yet. Okay, let's see. 789. That's in stock too. Way to go, Avon! You have everything in. 274. Hold on. 921. Jeezy peasy, guys. Maybe she's going to end up getting everything. This could be a really good thing. Let's try this one. 72. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So now I've put in something that cannot be ordered because it can't be ordered because it's like no longer available, whatever it may be. Or in this case, she really could have given me the wrong, but you can see here, if it's a wrong item number, they're going to tell you, hey, this isn't a good item number. But look at this. This product can't be ordered. Now, if it were just that it were back ordered, that it was just that it was out of stock right now, you would have something here that said, please notify me. And we talked about that briefly on the last call, that when it comes back in stock, like the deodorants I talked about earlier, that you will get an email from Avon, or it will be in your message center where you can see, hey, that product is in. Go ahead now and place it in your next order. So this is something, let me mark this real quick, that I know that she's not going to be able to get. Okay, hold on. Let's try this other one here. Let's try 302319. This one is in stock too. Let's add this to the order. Okay. And again, this was the Night Magic 3-piece set. Again, it was only offered in campaign 21, so that's all that it gave me. So you're seeing here exactly, okay, how are we putting the products in? That's how we're putting the products in. What if there was a different price? They gave me a different price than what's showing, that it probably was from a different campaign. Word of advice here for all of you. Whenever you take an order from a customer, especially when you're not brand new and you've been in a few campaigns, I always make it a priority to say, could you give me the campaign number that you're ordering from? Because the campaign number controls the price of the product, okay? The number controls what is the product, but the campaign number will control how much not only they get charged for a product, but how much we get charged for the product too. And you can't call Avon the next day and say, hey, I ordered this in this campaign and the price really should have been this from campaign 21. No, you got to go through all the hassle of either discounting for the customer and taking a loss in commission, or putting that order in for return and then ordering the right product. This system is set up now that you don't have to make those mistakes. You don't have to have all those returns. You don't have to say, oh, what is it? Because if there's a difference in price here, I want to know what the difference in price is, okay? I want to know, and I always ask the customer too, how much was that for? How much was that? I mean, they get tired of it when they have a big order, but when you explain to them that this is about them, that you want to make sure that they get the price that they see, they pretty much start understanding that. And you also get them accustomed to giving you the right information. One of the discussions today also was about, well, you know, you like guys, you want to pick one day for your order, one day out of the 2-week period. And you can pick any day that you want to pick. Of course, I'm always going to suggest that you give your books out early and that you put your order in closer to the beginning of the campaign than the end of the campaign. At the end of the campaign, it's okay to do that. It's our free will to do that. But you run the risk of being shorted those products. If it's a holiday product and it's really, really popular, everybody who's put their order in at the beginning of that 2-week period, those are the people who are probably going to get those products, okay? So I'm not saying you have to put it in the first day of the campaign, but even when I'm looking here, let me get my flex order. All of you, most of you have gotten the flex scheduling order from me. I've either sent it to you by email or snail mail or both. It's also on your avon.com. But like campaign 24 is coming up. Most people at this point have already given out their campaign 24 books, or you should be in the process. But do you realize that if you gave your campaign 24 brochures out 7 to 10 days before you wanted to place your order, let's say that you really wanted to place your order November. Adriana, can you put your mute on, baby? Thank you. If you put your order in that you want to put it in on November the 2nd, the great thing about that is, okay, let me do it, guys, hold on. Mute. Okay. Then the great thing is that I can then get my order in earlier in the campaign rather than later in the campaign. Holiday time, the sooner you put in your order, the more apt you are to get the products that you're ordering, which is just really wise. I didn't change my order date. My order date for my customers for X amount of days has always been tonight, matter of fact, is when I put my order in. But I have the rapport with my customers now that this is basically how it's going to be. This is your day. This is what you're used to with me. But if you're putting your orders in willy-nilly, your customers never know what it is, how your business is running. I always tell people you have 14 days. Pick the 5th day of the campaign. Pick the 10th day of the campaign. I don't care if you pick the 14th day of the campaign. But whatever day you pick, it is so much better for you to stick to that day every single campaign. Okay, Adriana, I hear you. You can't hear. I don't know. We could hear you. That was awesome. So we want to make sure the consistency is key for you and your customers. A lot of representatives make the mistake that they initially, as soon as they get an order, they go ahead and put it in and they ship it. They'll get a $20 order in, they'll put it in and they'll ship it to Avon. They'll get a $30 order in 2 days later and they'll go ahead and they'll put it in there. Every time you do that, you're getting charged another shipping fee. Stop that. Don't do that. You are giving Avon money that they don't need any more money, okay? They don't need no more money, people. Don't give them money. You want to collect your orders until the day of the campaign that you have chosen. So number one, choose your date. Whether it's every other Tuesday, whether it's the first Monday, whether it's the Friday, whatever it is that you're going to do, I believe that you should pick the date so that your customers know, oh, wow, okay, I just got this book. I ordered, okay, it's Wednesday that she places her order. She doesn't need to be willy-nilly about you saying, okay, I wonder what day she's placing her order this campaign. When is she going to do it now? You need to look like a business professional. And by the way, even if you don't want to look professional, again, you don't want to run Avon, you know, your life around Avon. You want to run your business around your life. So if you know that every other Monday your Avon goes in, then on your established customers, you can put that date on the book that you want it the day before, the day that you're going to place the order. And that way, when you follow up, you can say, hey, placing my order tomorrow as usual. You know, what can I get you from the current brochure? Those holiday specials are going fast, blah, 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 whatever you're saying to them. But you need to be consistent on when you place your order. Now, the great thing about Flex is we have the capability that if we're going out of town or something and you want to place it earlier, you're like, I'm going to wait the extra 3 or 4 days because I'm not back out of in town yet. That's okay. That's a great thing about this boss life, that you can say, because I was going on vacation, I'm going to wait a little bit longer to place my order. You're allowed to do that. There is no penalty for that. But the other times of the year, you should set this up so that you know not only when you're going to place the order, but when you're going to deliver the order. It's so funny. It's like in a two-week period for me in a campaign, I place my order the Monday before the campaign ends, and the following Wednesday is my order date. So 1 week it's placing the order, the next week it's delivering the order. And my customers know after 14 years, Molly, unless she's out of town, is going to be delivering every other Wednesday. That's when she's doing it, which means they don't dictate to me about, you know, can you deliver on this day? I won't have my money till this day. You can pay me by credit card and give me your information. You can leave cash or a check in the door. Only take checks from people because it's made out to you that you absolutely can trust and that you know isn't going to give you a bad check. But many of my customers, they've been with me for years. Leave your payment in the door or give me your credit card information. I'm going to deliver your order. This is my delivery day for this area. When you set it up as a business, when you want it, when you're going to do it, when you're placing your order, your people will go, oh, wow. Yeah, I just got that text from Molly. Okay, my order, I need to get my order into her. I wanted that Christmas tree. I wanted that unicorn pajamas. I wanted those slippers. I wanted that eyeliner. I'm out of my eyeliner, whatever it may be. And suddenly they're on it because you've picked the day that you want, okay? So let's pretend that, let me put this up here as one again. Oh my gosh, 50 million. Look at the big picture. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Okay, so let's say that all my orders are in, but guess what? Now, remember I told you that I put in my business tools somewhere else. So let's talk about that. So I'm going to bring up Lee's name because that is what I do. I put my stuff under Lee's name. I do. So, and here I'm looking, here's the product. So what am I looking for? Do I need samples? Do I need brochures? Oh, wait a minute. I need some sales tools here. Let's see what we've got. So this is going to spin. Everybody seeing this? Because I know sometimes you can't see this. Are we good? Yes. Somebody share. Yes. Can you see the sales tools, the bags, the batteries, all that good stuff? I'm going to take that as a yes. I haven't heard no yet. Okay, so here are the bags. Let me see something that maybe Melody let me know. Yes, okay, thanks, Melody. Okay, so here we are. We got the bags. Here's the bags. People say, but I don't know what they look like. Guess what? With the new system, here they are. You know what they look like, okay? So here are the different bags that they have. Here are the callback notes that, you know, some of you got when you got my welcome packet. Some of you got these. They're 25 cents. They're like little ordering sheets that you can put in the books for the customers. Somebody who says, oh, well, I don't think that bracelet is going to fit. Did you know that there are chain extenders that you can use for the bracelets, for the necklace? Here's the clear literature bags I was talking about. Pack of 50 for 80 cents. If you're brand new, this is only for newbies. A daily care collection, if you don't remember what the name of it is or the number for off the flyer, here it is. Now, if you are not a newbie in your first 7 campaigns, you cannot order these. Have you ever had somebody say, oh, I lost the backing to my earrings? You can get these and be that helpful Avon representatives. Look at this, a pack of them in gold tone and silver tone. There's so much here. Do you want to display your earrings? Do you want the popcorn bags? I mean, there is so much that's here, but this is where the plastic brochure covers. The ring sizer, if somebody doesn't know what size to wear, that. All of these, I'll go in here. I will place my, what do I need? Do I need bags? A quick shop. And if I do this, it'll take it. Here's quick shot. Look at this. It comes up. The customer that was selected was Lee Bibb. How many of these do I need? Well, in reality, I really do need a couple of more of those. So look here. I'm going to add that. It's added to order right there. It was quick shop. So that has been added to the order that I've started for my business tools. Now, let's say, okay, but Molly, what else do you need? Well, look here. Here's brochures and flyers. Let's go look over here because I'm still underneath Lee, who I put it underneath there. Now look at this. This lets you know what brochures, how many times people have said, Molly, I don't know how to get 23. I don't know how to get 24. I don't know how to get 25. Molly, I don't know how. I want some outlets. I'm not a big fan of the outlets, but hey, they're here. This is where you can buy them. Look here, pack of 10, pack of 5 Spanish brochures. So you got to make sure you look to make sure you're ordering Spanish or English according to what you want. C24 brochures, C25 brochures. If you don't, you know, this is awards and recognition. Now, this is a pack of 5, but if you have a team and you want to share this with people, this lets you know what the PC and above is all about and the trips that you can earn. Look here, C26 brochures. Here is the C26 12-day of Christmas flyer. This is a great one to have to put out in C26 and C1 for extra extra sales, because now instead of looking through a 200-page book, ooh, here's a special flyer, which is kind of nice. The What's News, we can order. Now, if you're leadership, you can order up to 3 campaigns ahead of time, okay, for anything. Here is an advanced brochure subscription. I bet you didn't know this was here. You can get 1 copy of 4 brochures ahead of the brochure. This is a subscription. You only have to order it 1 time, and as long as you're ordering it, you will get that 4 ahead brochure for you to look at, for you to educate yourself about. When you put this in, they'll just drop it automatically for 30 cents. I've been doing this for years. I love it. So that may be something that you didn't know was there. But again, this is why you do this. This is why you look and you say, okay, what am I looking at? Here's the What's New offers. Let's take a look here. Okay. These are things that are super, super special price. in the what's new, okay? Unless I'm looking for something like this is a really big one here. They're regularly $35 when it's not on sale. And I have a lot of customers who use this Absolute Even. So when I see this on a good sale, I'll get a couple because they're not going to call me till they're out of it. And I like to have one in my possession. Plus, sometimes you make more money on it than what the price is actually on the book, according to what you would have been charged for it. So that's the what's new offer, but let's take a look at just the demos. Okay, so this is demos. You can look at it this way. Look, you can find them this way. This will take you through all of them. But the truth of the matter is, I just look at the demo book. But let's say you're away and you forgot to bring your demo book. All is not lost, people, okay? You can do it this way and just go through things a little at a time. Look at all the candles and stuff that's here, the shoes that are here. So this is another way for you to do that. Now let's talk about the demos, because when I put, let's say, okay, I'm going to have to do this and then take it out because it's not necessarily what I want, but we're going to do this. You see the cushion walks here? Let's do a quick shop. Let's just say that I needed a size 9 of these, okay, and I wanted to put these in Lee's cart. Now remember, this is out of that is the demo 20, previous campaign 22, really? It's letting us do this. Oh, I gotta talk to them about this. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in Lee's bag, okay? So, I'm done. Let me move this over. I'm done ordering what I need. Everything's in there, and I'm going back to my order cart. Right now, my order is at $343.30. Okay, I'm going to view all the orders. All the orders are open here. This is everything. Now, the other thing you're going to notice is it is also, this is a demo. We know that. And these are the regular prices. Now, demo prices, new representatives, you need to hear me on this. We only for award sales get the price that we pay for demos. So here's my thought to you. There's nothing wrong with getting demos. But if it's not something that you absolutely positively have got to get in the demo magazine, I shop the demo and say, ooh, what do I want when it's in the book? It's just me. And everybody can look at this differently. Why? Because Molly Stone Bibb, she wants full commission. Even if I buy it for myself, I want full commission for it. So if I know in the book it's going to be $49.99 and I can get full award sales for this, okay? But let's say that this is going to cost me $31 as a demo item. Well, why in the world would I just want to get $31 in award sales when I could get $50 in award sales that moves me towards President's Club, Honor Society? So look, I get sometimes you can't wait for that necklace. You can't wait for that new dress. You can't wait. I mean, I'm a candle fanatic. Y'all know that. Sometimes I got to have that candle, but when I'm going to get it out of the demo book, it's going to have to be like a special package. Like, have you seen those in the What's New? Like, they'll say this package of candles you can get for X amount of dollars. Because it's such a great deal and the candles are for me, I will do that. But I got to tell you, if it's clothes, if it's something that I know I could get more award sales for, I will wait until campaign. If this was a campaign 25 item, I will actually wait until 25 and I will place my order for myself with everybody else's, because I want the $50 in award sales, not the 30-something dollars in award sales. Because remember, we only make 20% on those unless you're President's Club and above, okay, at regular price. And this is the other thing. Newbies, when you're trying to get to your kickstart goal, whatever that may be, you all have gotten your kickstart. Let's say you're in your fourth campaign and you need $250 in award sales, okay? And you're looking at this boot and you're going, oh wow, that's $50. Not if you get it out of the demo book. And you don't know that until after you go to check out and everything bills out. You think that's $50 in sales. No, it's not. They're only going to give you credit for the demo price when you order from the demo book, okay? It's the one holdback of the demo book, okay? But remember, demos are just about that, demoing something. But if you can wait for yourself to get that item, wait so that you'll get the full award sales. It's just smart if you're looking for the award sales. Now, if you don't care and you're like, I got to have that plaid boot no matter what, I'm not going to judge you. And I would say, don't you judge me if it were me, because if I want it, I'm an Avon rep and I'm going to get it. And by the way, when your orders are bigger and you have more customers and you're not having to worry about that, it's all good, okay? But in the beginning, when you're trying to hit these goals so that you can make 40% on everything, that's huge. That can be a huge stake. Or what if you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that, and I just missed my goal by $18 because I got charged I got award sales for the demo price. Now you haven't met your goal. You're not going to make 40% on everything. That is so frustrating, and I get your frustration, but you can't say you didn't know now, because I just told you. I just told you. So you've got to keep that in mind, okay? The only time that happens is in the demo book, but you're only going to get credit for the sale of whatever the price of the demo item is, your cost, okay? So if you can wait till it comes out in the book, wait till it comes out in the book, okay? So let's just say I was ready to check out here. Now you see here it says subtotal $343 with offers applied, blah, 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 $324, my earnings $113. So let's say I'm going to check out here. This is telling me I did not order brochures. This is a good thing, because if you haven't ordered them or you forgot to order them, if you say yes, it's going to bring up the brochures and it's going to say, okay, which do you want? How many packs do you want? Always remember, brochures, except for those 5-pack Spanishes, come in packs of 10, and the more you get, the cheaper they are, okay? Now, initially, it's going to list them all at the regular price, $6.49 per thing, until it all bills out. So don't be fooled by that, because brochures go by. We get award sales for that too, okay? But it's going to be less when they bill it out. So I'm going to say no. We're going to check out here, okay? I don't know what that little thing was it just did there, okay? So here we go. We've got everything in here. It's telling you if you have credit with Avon, and not everybody does, but if you have Avon credit, it's going to tell you what you have available. It's going to tell you what your shipping's going to be, what the tax amount's going to be, you know, what your earnings are going to be, okay? And the amount due. In this case, it would be fine, because I've been with Avon a long time. I think I have $2,000 or $3,000 in credit with them. That can happen in time. Most people start with 100 or 200. You handle it well, that will keep going up, okay? But in the meantime, your orders are only, it's not like you have $3,000 in order. You don't need that kind of credit. And remember, credit is not like a credit card. Avon credit is different. Credit means they may give you $200 in credit, okay? And you may only use 120 of it. It doesn't mean you still have $80 available. You still have $80 available if you put in another order in that same campaign. But you must pay in full, the previous campaign order, whatever it is that you ordered, that $120 of that 200 before you place your 24 order. You've got to pay that bill in full, okay, before you can place your order for your next campaign. This is not a, oh, well, you haven't used all your credit. This is a campaign to campaign credit system, which says we're going to allow you to not have to collect on all this money up front. This part we're going to help you with. But before you come in and you place your campaign 24 order, you've got to pay campaign 23 off. You've got to bring that back to zero, okay? And then you're starting with that fresh $200 again. I hope that makes sense. It's not like a credit card. It's not this revolving until you use it. It's campaign to campaign. You must pay off your previous balance, the whole thing, in full before you can place that next campaign order when it comes up, okay? So you heard it here, so don't say you didn't know, because if you're watching the video or you're on here live, you know, okay? So, and if I press this, which I'm not going to do, because you know I don't want those boots, okay, in that size 9, because my foot is bigger than that, so we don't want that. So, and let's say you go, oh, something's changed. Oh, this isn't right. So what you can do, look, you can say, oh no, wait a minute, I need to edit the order. I need to edit the order here. What am I going to do? And guess what? It's going to take us right here. Maybe you get a text in the middle of it and you got to put another order in. That's okay. Hit enter items, okay? And you can got it. And let's say you don't have a book in front of you. Let me look at this real quick. I want to make sure. Okay. So did you see that? I clicked brochures up here. I don't have a book in front of me. I'm out of town. A customer is texting me and they're like, I don't know. I saw this lipstick. It looked like it was in some type of a metal container, something new you all have that's retro or whatever. And you're like, I need to find it. So let's just say you're like, well, you know what? I think it very well could be this one. So here it is. Here's your brochure. You click on it and you are able to go page by page by clicking the arrows, and you can see everything. Look at this. Everything that's there. Hold on. I saw that somebody said something. Let's hold on. Let me do the chat here. Grateful. Yeah, I know, Melody. You know what? There's a lot of reps who don't. And look, I don't know the whole ins and outs of credit, but this is what I want to tell you if you didn't get credit from Avon. Just because you didn't get credit in the beginning does not mean you'll never get credit with Avon. Avon says if you handle your account correctly, you pay for your stuff, you put in an order every campaign, you pay for your stuff, you don't go past due, your orders are still growing. If you handle your account great and the first 6 to 10 campaigns, most of the time you're going to get an email that says, hey, we just extended you credit. You got a credit for $100 or $200 or whatever it may be. Sometimes it could be more. So it's not that you'll never get credit. Most reps are not extended credit anymore at the beginning. They have to prove themselves before they get credit. Now, some people are going to say, I don't think that's fair. I think everybody across the board should get credit. Really? Well, does anybody else do that? I mean, that's like saying you don't have a credit card and you think you should just have one and that company should give it to you. Not so. And by the way, we are the only, not one of a few, the only direct sales company out there that still extends credit when you handle it correctly. We are still the only one that does that. That says a whole lot for Avon, the company, to the representative. When Cerberus came in and bought the U.S. market, they could have gladly closed that down and everybody would have had to collect all the money up front from the customers, but they didn't do that. But they said, we are going to do this differently. And now this new system helps to create where the reps are held accountable. Like, there's no such thing as hold orders anymore with the new system, because if they say you owe us X amount of dollars and you don't pay that, guess what? You can't, that order's not going to get placed. It's not going to get placed. Now, if you're still under the old system, which very few people are going to watch this under the old system, your order would go on hold. Well, Avon is done with that. They're like, either pay for the stuff up front and be a good business partner, collect the money from your customers up front if you have to, whatever it is that it takes. And if you do that, eventually we're going to reward you or keep rewarding you for this, okay? So I love that they do that. Like I said, you can look at any of the brochures. Let's say that you didn't give somebody an outlet catalog, but they're like, oh my gosh. You can say, okay, well, here's the campaign 23. Here's the Go Figure. Here's the campaign 24, what's new. Here's the outlet from the campaign 23. So if your customer somehow or other found an outlet, and like I said, I'm not a big fan of the outlet because so much of the stuff is not available, and I hate that. It affects my sales. If somebody buys 5 of these cups right here and they think they're spending X amount of dollars and then those products aren't in because it's sold out, then I could have gotten that sale somewhere else, but not with that. But you know what? For the ones who love it, it's okay. But you can say, what headband? What are you talking about? You can actually go on here, whether you have that or not, and you can look at everything in that campaign, okay? So it's always a good thing that they have given us these tools to help us. Let me see here. Is there anything else? Does anybody across the board, let me quit sharing here for just a second. Does anybody across the board, there can be anything that I'm sure there's lots of stuff that I haven't tackled, but we don't want to tackle every single thing. We want to tackle what it is that you're viewing, every campaign that you need to know. How do I get by here? What do I do? Again, briefly, if you put a product in and it's no longer available and it's not going to be available, it's not going to give you a button that says, please notify me. You then have got to figure out a way to say to your customer, hey, this was a really popular item. Avon, they have already sold out of this. Did you know, though, they have this color, or have you looked at this coat? Or because with the core products, it doesn't happen so much. But now we're in the holiday season. So let's say they pick the penguin, and God, we hope it doesn't happen, but one of the penguins is out of stock and we can't get it anymore. There's another penguin. There's another unicorn thing. There's another dinosaur. Have you thought about these products? Give them the, hey, have you thought about this? Or if the lipsticks wasn't here, hey, this is a color that's very close to this. Would you like to try this? It is up to us as the business partner. Do you know they do that? When I worked for Target for a while, we had to learn if we don't have something, what are you going to refer the person to? What are you going to say? Hey, how about this? Do you know the next thing that they could possibly be interested in that is in that realm of possibilities for them? This is why you get the brochures. This is why you educate yourself ahead of time as to what's coming. This is why if I post something in the Onward group that says, hey, these things, they couldn't even get this from the vendor. You need to pay attention. You need to know that. The information is there, and it's there also on your Avon.com, but sometimes it's easier to find on the Team Onward group, that you can go look, because you need to know, hey, now we know it's not going to happen. The dinosaur is going to be in, but let's just say suddenly they sold out. When that customer orders that, you're going to want to be able to say, hey, let me tell you something. That dinosaur, I can tell you, it's sold out beforehand. But have you seen the slippers? The slippers are, do you think that he would like the slippers? Is that something? You need to know what the lines are. How about the slime? Or how about the add-on ordering of, have you thought about your stocking stuffers? I see that your grandkid loves the dinosaurs. Have you seen the new kids dinosaur soapy slime? By the way, no toxic anything in there, but it's a great stocking. So how about the projection watch or the backpack charm? This is called add-on selling. That's what we do. So if you don't know your products, or you're like, don't you hate it when a customer says, oh, wow, when did this come out? I didn't see this. And I'm like, oh, I should have bought that up. Did you see the pencil case? Did you see the unicorn? This, you really have got to educate yourself on the product. I've had to apologize a lot lately for sold out products. It was frustrating, but I'll use your advice to suggest. Melody, I know, and let me say something here. I know lots of people are going to see this because lots of people watch my YouTube. Okay, nobody is more frustrated about the items that are sold out than Molly Stone Ben. Okay, now I need you to know the holiday season. This is going to happen. I am never going to be the person to tell you that they will get this right one day and they will have everything we need. These lines that we're seeing now from 23 to 26, this stuff that's home and kids and candles and it's seasonal, it is not meant for them to have a whole bunch of, they don't want to put that stuff in an outlet book. I hope that makes sense to you. They don't want to be that company who has all this left over. But there have been some things because either the vendor hasn't contacted them or been transparent, or maybe Avon hasn't checked enough, or maybe it's the fault of both, that some things were out before it ever hit the brochure, like the pajamas in campaign 23. They were sold out before people could get them all in the demos. Either somebody didn't order enough or the amount didn't come in. That is very frustrating. And for one, as a top leader in Avon, I apologize when that happens, but it's going to happen from time to time because sometimes they just get it wrong. They think something's going to be popular, but they're not going to call it all right. But I feel as a business owner, Melody, that's a perfect example. Everybody at RevFest saw me say bath bombs because to me, when I was shown all those products in secret, I was so excited about that, even though they were kind of late to the game. I thought it was really great that as a beauty company, we were finally able to order bath bombs. And again, this was a production, this was a vendor issue. Something with the bath bombs, whether they weren't holding together, whether they didn't come, there was something that was not right with them, and Avon was not getting them because of that. But the brochures are made up 6 months in advance, guys. 6 months in advance. So they put in the orders, they know what they think they're getting, but guess what? There's nothing we can do about that when they're not available. So that was a really frustrating one for me too when I found out they weren't having that. I'm hoping they will eventually have some for us, maybe, Valentine's Day, Easter, and maybe something that's ongoing I think would be great. And my deal is, if you really like the idea of that, send it into Office of the President at avonusa.com because they like to hear what the representatives think and what it is that they're looking for. But and the story is, look, we're going to have stuff that's not available. We're not that company. Everybody has stuff that they run out of. But you as a business owner, newbie or vet, you need to know how you're going to handle it if they are out of it. That's what I say to you. How are you going to handle it when you know, you know what? Like we just had a thing with Playtex. Apparently a whole line of what they had put in the book. There was a recall period just in Playtex and Mally and all that. Now we couldn't sell it. My whole deal is the moment I know somebody wants to order that, I go, hey, I'm going to let you know right now. There was some sort of Avon could not get these in because the company did not supply them. So boom, just want to let you know now. Let's look at something else because I know you're not going to get that. Honesty is a really good thing with your customers, and when it but they're going to react the way you react. If your reaction to a customer is, I don't know what's wrong with Avon, every time I turn around there's something that they don't have, I am so frustrated with that, and then you've got a customer going, wow, I wonder if this happens all the time. If she's frustrated and it's her company, and then you know what, maybe this isn't something that maybe I don't want to order my stuff from them. You need to take a more positive approach, and you need to say, hey, look, this was something that was really popular, and sadly, just like in all stores across America, Target, Macy's, it happens even with Avon, that if you don't get things immediately when they come in a lot of times, and we're not going to get them. It's kind of like everybody standing at the door on Black Friday because they wanted that Wii. They wanted the Wii exercise. And they had 100, and there was 3,000 people at the door. It was kind of like that, and you're like, oh, Jesus, take the wheel. How many people are going to get crushed because they only have 100, And even if they really had 200 and didn't tell you, guess what? Somebody's going to be left in the cold. We know that. But it's all in the reaction of what we do. Yes, the early bird definitely gets the worm. And sometimes, Melody, sometimes the worm didn't even make it to the party, but how are we going to handle that? So know that it can happen, but if you are ready, according to what they're getting, what you can turn them on to in the coming book that we have, or because a suggestion by the rep, is a powerful suggestion. It is powerful. Wow. Well, I have to tell you, have you looked at that necklace on page 37, whatever it may be? I mean, that's just gorgeous. If I think about other things that you have bought, this is right up your alley. And wow, you know what? That's actually $2 less. Again, it all comes from what your response is. Okay. So I'm going to take it because I don't see any questions here in the chat box, or nobody has unmuted, that there isn't any questions about the whole ordering thing. The order thing is pretty simple, guys. The big thing is for newbies and for you all, if you're not President's Club and above, and you're trying to get the 35% or 40% commission on the core, you need to understand, like the stuff about the demos, knowing that you're only going to get award sales for the demo price. So again, I'm just going to tell you what I do. I know everybody trying to suck up the demos. I'm a greedy little woman. I want all the sales, award sales I can get. And when I buy my stuff, I buy it from the main brochure most of the time because I want those award sales, even my stuff, to count for me. Now, like Herbie, or like we see the unicorn and the dinosaur, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not like I can run around in the dinosaur jammies, okay? So it's not like I can do that. So it's not like I'm going to show everybody that, but I'll get one of the stuffed animals for the unicorn and that, and I will take that when I'm delivering orders and show that to my customers. Just like, the Christmas tree and the angels, that should have been something that everybody got. If they didn't get the bundles that were available, they should have gotten those separately, because when you show those, people buy them. You're always going to have those select products that you should not. Nancy, hush your mouth. Why not? Because I would wear the unicorn one. I would wear the unicorn one. Forget that dinosaur stuff. So the point is, take it and show it. Take it and show it. Now, realize there's exception to every rule too. If you're having a vendor event and you're like, dinosaurs are so big and unicorns, and let's say you were kind of trying to show the whole line on one part of the table or something, that's apples and oranges. I'm talking about, what are you buying for you? Because you just know you got to have it. And if you have the ability to get the full award sale for that product, give it a campaign, order it in the campaign it's coming out of, and get your full award sales for it, because that's how you're going to get the President's Club. Now, we're almost at the end of the cycle now. If you're new, you're probably not going to hit PC or above, but this is where you start planning your strategy so that when campaign 1 starts, that even though we're selling from campaign 1 at the end of the year, everything that happens in C1 is still going to be applied to the 2019 year. You want to make sure that you are taking advantage of everything that you're learning, everything you're doing to really present yourself as this business owner, and know how to handle your customers, how to react to your customers. And when you see something that, that comes up in the order section or it's not there. The other question I got today was, so what if it is going to be back ordered and it says, please notify me, because it doesn't really tell you like when it's coming, okay? Now, if you look at the thing that's online on your Avon, they'll normally tell you like when that product's expected back. But what I do immediately when I find out that happens, I tell my customers all the time, Melody, we think they are adding an extra campaign to the end of the year. That's what they did years ago and they took it away, because flex ordering will never, as long as we have it, it's never going to change. You know, remember how the dates used to be all screwy for Christmas and we had trouble keeping up with them? That'll never happen. It's just going to be on the 2-week cycle. But we think we're going to see a campaign 27 next year, so let's watch on that. But on the thing, if something's going to be back ordered and they're going to notify you, I immediately take the positive approach with my customer and I say, hey, look, I want you to know that that there's a back order on that dinosaur. We're expecting it before Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to contact you as soon as I hear from Avon and see if you still want that. And then if you still want that, hey, it's all good. It's all good. And then they'll add it to the order. What's Adriana saying? What is the minimum sale in each campaign? Oh, starting in one to make. Yeah, it's $3.89. As you're very close, Adriana. $3.89 if you want to get down to the dollar of that, because it's $10,000 in sales. And remember, think about things like Easter, Valentine's Day, summer bug spray, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Most people have larger orders during those campaigns. So you're going to have those orders where instead of $3.89, see, there's a reason why I have the $400 club and I give away all this stuff at the end of the year. That's because if you have a $400 order or more, and you can do that just about every campaign, you will hit President's Club without a doubt. And do not forget, campaigns 22 to 26, whatever your largest campaign is, they are going to double the award sales at the end of the year for your biggest campaign in 22 through 26. That doesn't mean you get paid double, but it means it goes towards your award sales, which means if you were close to President's Club, you had a $1,000 order in campaign 25, and that was your biggest order, guess what? You're going to get $2,000 worth of award sales. So that might help you hit that level or another level, okay? So, and I say, it's coming, guys. We have to start planning for what's going to happen in campaign 1. Know what your plan is. Without a plan, you're dead in the water. You need to know what your goal is. Do you want a $400 order? This is the season now to get out there and establish new customers. Campaigns 24, 25, and 26, you should all be able to pick up 15 to 20 new customers with our Christmas brochures that will then stay with you through the year, which will then raise those sales the rest of the years. So don't just sit back and wait for it to come in. Take these brochures out, order more brochures. Your brochures are your store. If you don't have brochures, your store is closed, and that's ridiculous. So let's do this real quick. We're going to do the drawing. So anybody who has been on the live call, don't forget, you're going to email me at molly7720@gmail.com, okay? You're going to say, Molly, and within the next 24 hours, you're going to say, Molly, I was on your call live. When you do that, you're going to get 2 drawings into my raffle, which is going to be for another $50 worth of products that I'm going to send out. I'm getting ready to draw from last week to see who is the winner this time. I don't care if you're a newbie or you're not. If you're on the call, you're going to get 2 entries. If you're on my team, not for all you YouTubers who follow me, if you're on my team and you're watching the replay right now on YouTube, okay, then you are going to send me an email and say, hey, Molly, I watched the replay, and you're going to get an entry into the drawing too, okay? And if you can't find those labels on Team Onward or what they look like, somebody's going to tag me and let me know, and I'll put them in Team Onward. I know they're in Onward no matter what, but if they're not, I'll put both the labels, the one for anybody to buy from your e-store or the one that's for the e-store and for the people that are close to you personally too, okay? So we have $50 worth of products from last week. Let's draw this and see who is going to who is going to win this time. And we have, come on, there's two sticking together. Hold on, guys. I don't want to see what anything is here. Oh, okay, Miss Margaret Betts. Margaret Betts, I know Margaret's, I don't think she's on the call tonight live, but I think she watches a lot of the replays. So Margaret, congratulations. I will send you your $50 worth of products. They will go out this week to you. And then there will be another $50 worth of products. But if you don't do your homework and you don't send me the email, then you're not in the drawing. I don't just do it automatically. So 24 hours if you're live. And if you're watching the replay, anytime between now and next Monday, you can send me the email and we will get you in for that drawing too. Okay? So I will see you guys. Oh, and by the way, campaign 23 ends the Team Onward incentive for campaign 21 to 23. People, how you got your entries for the Avon popcorn maker and the pair of Tiffany stemless wine glasses and a gift card of $25 to go towards the wine, people. Yes, indeed. That's what it's all about. And this is helping you build. That was $150 or order 1 entry, $300 order 2 entry, $500 3, $750 or more 5 entries. All orders must be paid in full and account in good standing by the end of campaign 24. So for those of you who have credit, okay, and you don't pay for your order till you're ready to put in your 24, it's okay. Do things like you normally do, okay? We are not going to draw this until the close of campaign 24. So everybody can get entries. If you're placing a 23 order between now and the end of the day tomorrow, or you are placing or you placed a 21 and 22 order, yeah, you can do that. And we have another incentive coming up for 24, 25, 26. I'll let you know what the prizes are for those later on. Let's check the chat one more time to make sure. Lots of congratulations here. That's awesome, guys. Such a supportive group. So I will see you next week. I will have this YouTube up in a couple of days. If you have any other questions for me, make sure you contact me or your immediate upline, and they will help you with this. We will get you through anything that comes up, okay? Do we have leader training? No, ma'am. We've already had that, girlfriend. So, yeah, you missed it, Adriana. You was just busy, baby. That's all. You was busy. Yeah, this was a 5 Monday month. So this was kind of just an extra sales training, to be honest. So I know they keep you busy. But I did send that out, Adriana, to all leaders by email. You know, I taped it for the leaders, but didn't send it to everybody. Okay, so check your emails on that. Okay. All right, people, have a great Avon week, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.